Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm a professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. Please come to my website and check out the classes that I have running. We have online classes and in-person classes, all kinds of great stuff. Alright, so please come and see me at my website. You can click the little button that's over here. Maybe it'll be over here though. I don't know. We'll see. I want to talk today about what's going on with the full moon. Now, the full moon in the sign of Scorpio is on April 21st or April 22nd, depends on where you live in the world and in the country. So what we get with this is, because there's so many things, in a nutshell, what we have is transformation. And we have transformation through action, through being spontaneous. There's a lot of liberation that can come out of what this full moon aspect is all about. Now, I have all of this forecast as well written out on my webpage, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I have the forecast in below this video. All right, so let's start off with the sun in the sign of Taurus. So basically what happens when we have this opportunity to stop and smell the roses. I mean, over the last couple of months, the energy has been so high. There have been so many major shifts and changes, and we still have them, and I'm going to report about that in this forecast. If you listen through till the end, you'll hear all of it. But, you know, we really have a lot of stability and strength that can come out of the time period when the sun is in the sign of Taurus. And, you know, this is what we really want to engage right now. You know, what do we value? Where, where in our life are things moving so fast and so quickly that we actually need an opportunity to slow down? This is what we get when we have that sun in the sign of Taurus. But we also have some things that are slowing us down as well. And I'm getting to the full moon, so be patient. That's Taurus, right? Being patient? Yeah, it is. It can be. What we get with this is, you know, we have these mixed energies because we have Mars is retrograde at this point. Actually, by April 17th, Mars will be retrograde. Depending on when you're watching this, Mars will be either stationary or now retrograde in that sign of Sagittarius. And so he's going to move all the way back to Scorpio. He'll shift into Scorpio retrograde on when we got May 28th, right? And then when he goes retrograde, what that represents with this Mars energy is an opportunity for us to slow down. Now, where do we need to slow down? Now, not knowing where this is in your own personal chart, since this is a general energy forecast, I can still tell you some more specifics about it, since Mars will be retrograde to begin with in the sign of Sagittarius. That just tells me is like, if you are somebody who has just been taking class after class and workshop and class and all of these things one after another, but not taking the time to stop and integrate this information, integrate the energy of the things that you're trying to learn, this is an opportunity to do that. Because if we continue to add more classes and more information, you know, all of this stuff just sort of gets stuck out here in limbo land, or in our energy fields, if you will, and it gets stuck out there, and we eventually just have so much that all of the important things that we thought we wanted to learn just sort of disappear and go away. So take some time during this retrograde, and this retrograde is going on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so, especially now while Mars is retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, basically from the time you hear this all the way through till May 28th, opportunity once more to take and use the energy of the Sagittarius and that education and learning and expanding your awareness, and now turn it within so you can use it for what is important for you. Okay? I'm going to stop on that sentence. Now, when it moves back into Scorpio, let me get the dates here. I have my notes in front of me, but I don't know where I'm at in my notes. It'll be retrograde from May in Scorpio. It will be in Scorpio, there we go, from May 28th until August 3rd. Now, it's retrograde part of that time. The other part, it's going in the direct motion. This is where we can really take these lessons that we've learned in life, these classes, these workshops, anything that we're currently learning, and really integrate them and take them to a very deep level. All right, I know I'm jumping ahead of the full moon, but this is all part of what's going on with the full moon, okay? I promise. So take the things that you have really learned a lot about and really glean the most important information for you, and that way you can incorporate it, and it will anchor in on a very deep level, a very soul level. This is an opportunity for you to really learn a lot about yourself and a lot about the things that you've actually been educating yourself on. All right? Some things will stay and some things will go. Now, here comes the full moon information. Now, the full moon, if you're on the east coast of the United States, is on April 22nd at 1:24 a.m. If you are on the west coast of the United States, which is Pacific time, it is on April 21st at 10:24 p.m. All right? Just look up your local times and you'll figure it out from there. But when we have this full moon in the sign of Scorpio, which we do, you know, this full moon of Scorpio, oh gosh, I don't remember the degree of it. Give me a second, I'm going to look it up. All right, let me take a second, promise. 2 degrees of Scorpio. You know, when we have this full moon in Scorpio, you know, this is an opportunity for us too. It gives us this impetus, this energy to release the things that no longer serve us. So hence all the stuff I just said. You know, if you're learning too many things, it's time for us to integrate what's important, and it's time to let go of what isn't. So this is what this eclipse, it's not an eclipse, this is what this full moon is engaging for all of us. We've had so much opportunities to learn and educate ourselves. With Mars retrograde and even Saturn retrograde, it's an opportunity now to really figure out what's best for us, integrate the most important information. And we start this process by willingly doing a ritual or doing something that is, you know, however we like to release and let go, whether it's write something down on a piece of paper and burn it. This is an opportunity for us on April 21st or 22nd for us to release those things that we've just been hanging on to for far too long. All right, so that's the full moon. Now, we also have at the same time, we have Venus in Aries. And when Venus is in that sign, she can be rather assertive, a little more aggressive than typical. Venus represents our love relationships, and it can also represent our financial situation, since Venus rules Taurus and she rules Libra. So the sun is in Taurus too. So what we value, there we go, what we value in our value systems might be going through a little bit of a shift as well with this. So keep an eye on that. And if you're feeling the need for something to shift, whether it's in your relationships or in your financial situation, go with that energy and make sure that you are focusing and paying attention in that department. Now, we add the energy to this. What we really get is we get her conjunct Uranus, right? And so basically over the last couple of weeks, we've had, let me see, Mercury and the new moon, and the sun, and now Venus, all hitting Uranus and Aries. And this is where we're all feeling this really rebellious state and this rebellious energy. We're seeing it in the world around us, especially here in this country, in the United States, with the politicians going back and forth and creating a lot of uproar, which is exactly what they should be doing and exactly what, where, and how we should be feeling too. We should be looking on a personal level, what needs to change? What do we need freedom from? How do we need to break out of our old stale energy? All of these aspects are squaring Pluto, so that tells me that any sudden and unexpected shifts and changes that are presented to us or we choose to do will make profound changes in yourself, your lifetime, and in what's going on around you in this country as well. So make and take those responsibilities for the actions that you take. Pay attention to the vibration. Pay attention to what feels really different and rubs you the wrong way. And maybe that's a step towards something, a step out of fear, a step into something that gives you more stability. Maybe you're looking for more stability. Maybe you're looking for more change. Make a difference. Change, do something that is very different. And with this Scorpio full moon and with these aspects squaring Pluto, you'll be able to have some profound changes in your life that will last a lifetime. And change is always good, but we also need to feel stable while we have changes. So know that you have some things that are stable in your life. Look at the stable things. So with the things that are changing quickly and fast, you know, they won't feel so scary or so frightening. Some people love big, fast, quick changes. So if you need a change in your relationship, you find something new and very different to do. pull out that person that you were 20 years ago with your spouse, and do what you can to, you know, liven up your love life or liven up your relationship. Do something different, do something fun, and allow the things to move in a natural energetic order, okay? And you can do that. We don't have to control things a whole lot, but we do have to make decisions and choices to move forward. All right, that's a lot of information, but I've got it written down as well. It's on my website. It's here on the YouTube channel, and it's here on my website. And where else is it? Wherever I'm posting this today, okay? So come read this forecast, nhastrologer.com. All the buttons are over there, and they're in the text box below the video on YouTube. All right. Thank you. Come to my website for your own personal private sessions. I have an amazing class starting on April 11th for 3 weeks. If you are an advanced astrologer, I am teaching everybody the art of predictive astrology, how I have been doing charts for the last 20 years. And come to the class, and I would love to have you there. Thank you. And yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you. Namaste. Blessings.